Hello, in this video we will be covering the isometric template for generating isometric grids. For this template I'm going to go with a 100 by 100 tile map. Want to make sure we have the isometric enabled for our tile map. These are a few examples of what those maps look like. This template mimics the world map template, so you'll see a lot of similarities between the two here. Starting at the first layer here, once again we see that we have our water biome and then our baseline biome here. In this case we are using a more sandy terrain instead of a grass terrain. And then these are determined by the elevation constraint once again. Moving on to the second layer, this is where we're defining our regions within our main mass land. So here we have our Arctic region and our grass region. We're using all the noise constraints here to get a more diverse region. So for grass, we're using mid levels for each noise definition. And then for the Arctic region, we are using lower temperatures and higher humidity levels. Now for isometric maps, it is easier to visualize higher elevation points, and this is what we've done for the third and fourth layer here. We've simply just increased the elevation as we've gone up. So for that second layer, the beginning of the Arctic, we have from 0 to 1. For the second layer, we're going from 0.3 to 1. And then for the third layer, we're going from a 0.4 to 1. So we're slightly increasing the elevation constraint as we go up in level. And what that gives us is this. So the darker regions here, the darker bluish region would be that first Arctic layer. This mid dark region would be that second layer, and this lighter region on top would be the third layer. As you've seen, this template has a lot of the same ideas as some of the other templates. So it is very easy to switch between isometric and say a traditional 2D flat tile map. The only changes we've made here is enabled the isometric grid and then changed our sprite tiles to be isometric. We can also use rule tiles or isometric rule tiles. The main takeaway here is you can translate a lot of the same ideas within your traditional 2D tiles to your isometric tiles.